Our planet's balance has been upended by our insatiable demand for energy. We drill deep for oil, fueling our lives, but at a tremendous cost. Oil disasters are not just accidents, they are wounds that scar the natural world for generations. An oil spill poisons the ocean, suffocating marine life and contaminating coastlines. The true story isn't just numbers spilled, but the suffering of ecosystems and communities forever changed. Each disaster is a lesson about risk, responsibility, and the urgent need for safer energy. The Deepwater Horizon disaster is the most sobering of these lessons. It began as a search for energy and ended as one of the greatest environmental calamities of our time. This wasn't a distant event. It happened in the Gulf of Mexico, vital to millions. The tragedy unfolded before our eyes, revealing the dangers of deep-sea drilling. It showed how human error and engineering failure can devastate entire ecosystems. The Deepwater Horizon story is a warning we must never forget. Its echoes remind us of the price of our thirst for oil. We must reflect on our relationship with the planet and seek cleaner, safer ways to power our future. The Deepwater Horizon was a marvel of engineering, drilling miles beneath the Gulf of Mexico. In April 2010, the crew worked to seal the Macondo well, a critical and dangerous phase. Deep below, immense pressure built up, controlled by a blowout preventer, the last line of defense. But the cement seal failed, allowing methane gas to surge up the drill pipe. The crew had little warning as the gas exploded onto the rig. Explosions rocked the platform, engulfing it in fire. In seconds, routine work turned to chaos and terror for 126 people on board. The disaster had begun, triggered by a single point of failure miles beneath the sea. The world was about to witness an environmental crisis of unprecedented scale. The first explosion struck just before 10 p.m., ripping through the rig. Methane ignited, turning the platform into a raging inferno. Crew members were thrown from their feet, plunged into darkness and chaos. Alarms blared as the fire spread, overwhelming emergency preparations. Injured and desperate, some leapt over 100 feet into the oil-slicked water below. Coast Guard helicopters and nearby vessels raced to rescue survivors. 11 crew members were lost, fathers, sons, brothers, marking the first victims of the disaster. For their families, hope turned to grief. The burning rig became a somber monument to lives lost. The human tragedy was only beginning. For nearly 2 days, Deepwater Horizon burned as oil and gas fed the flames. Firefighting efforts were futile against the relentless inferno. The rig's steel structure weakened, listing and groaning under the strain. On April 22, 2010, the crippled rig slipped beneath the waves, sinking a mile to the seafloor. Its sinking tore the riser pipe, creating a direct path for oil to gush into the Gulf. The blowout preventer failed to seal the well. The wellhead was now broken, leaking from multiple points. The disaster's next phase began, a silent spreading plague deep beneath the sea. An unseen wound in the earth was now bleeding oil into the Gulf. The true scale of the crisis was just beginning to unfold. With the rig gone, the disaster's magnitude became clear. ROVs revealed oil and gas billowing from the seafloor, a torrent, not a leak. Initial spill estimates were far too low. The true figure reached 60,000 barrels a day. For 87 days, over 200 million gallons of oil poured into the Gulf. Underwater plumes spread for miles, creating toxic clouds invisible from above. Surface slicks stretched across thousands of square miles. The black tide threatened to engulf everything in its path. Multiple attempts to stop the flow failed. Blowout preventer activation, containment domes, and top kill all proved futile. Each failure heightened public despair. The world watched as millions of gallons continued to pour into the sea. The spill became the largest accidental marine oil spill in history. The Gulf's future hung in the balance. The crisis deepened with every passing day. The Gulf of Mexico, once a vibrant marine paradise, became a toxic wasteland. Oil slicks coated birds, destroying their waterproofing and leading to mass deaths. Dolphins and whales inhaled toxic fumes, suffering disease and die-offs. Sea turtles, coated in oil, washed up weak and dying. Deep-sea corals were smothered, turning thriving ecosystems into graveyards. Dispersants and oil-poisoned plankton and fish larvae, collapsing the food web. Over 1,000 miles of coastline were contaminated, marshes, beaches, and wetlands. Vital nurseries for shrimp, crabs, and fish were smothered, leading to erosion and habitat loss. The balance of these ecosystems was shattered. The long-term effects are still unfolding. The Deepwater Horizon spill left a wound that will take decades, if not centuries, to heal. The Gulf's natural heritage was forever changed. The environmental cost was incalculable. The environmental devastation was matched by human tragedy. The Gulf's communities, fishermen, shrimpers, oyster farmers, lost their livelihoods overnight. Vast fishing areas closed, boats sat idle, and the regional economy collapsed. Tourism vanished, hotels emptied, and restaurants closed. The financial losses ran into billions. Many small businesses never recovered. The disaster triggered a wave of anxiety, depression, and health problems. Residents and cleanup workers suffered respiratory issues and rashes from oil and dispersants. Nearly 2 million gallons of Corexit dispersant were used, creating new health and environmental concerns. The long-term effects of these chemicals remain uncertain. The disaster's impact rippled through every aspect of coastal life. A way of life was shattered. The human cost endures to this day. After 87 days, engineers finally capped the well, halting the relentless flow. Relief wells and a cement plug permanently sealed the wound in September 2010. The focus shifted to cleaning up hundreds of millions of gallons of oil. The largest environmental cleanup in history began. Thousands of people, vessels, and miles of boom deployed. Skimmer boats, controlled burns, and armies of workers tackled the oil on water and shore. Much oil remains buried in sand, on the seafloor, and in marsh sediments. Full restoration will take decades. BP paid tens of billions in fines and cleanup costs. Restoration projects aim to revive habitats and support the Gulf's recovery. The cleanup is ongoing, a testament to the disaster's scale. The Gulf's healing is far from complete. Deepwater Horizon was a tragedy written in oil, a story of failure, loss, and devastation. The images of burning rigs and oil-soaked wildlife are a stark warning. This was not just an accident, but a wake-up call about the true cost of fossil fuels. The disaster exposed critical weaknesses in safety and oversight. New standards and technologies have since been adopted, but the risks remain. The most important lesson is humility before nature's power. We must remember Deepwater Horizon as a catalyst for change. The urgent need for clean, sustainable energy has never been clearer. Our planet's health is essential for our own survival. The future must be built on renewable energy, in harmony with nature. The story is a call to stewardship and responsibility. Let us ensure such a disaster never happens again and build a future where humanity and nature thrive.